TV7 Israel News is made possible thanks to your generous donations. Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Islamist Palestinians have yet again launched a rocket overnight from the jihadist-infested Gaza Strip toward Israel's southern communities, prompting an Israeli retaliatory strike against Hamas positions in the coastal enclave. The Palestinian Authority announced its decision to resist any legislative or presidential elections unless the State of Israel grants the Arab residents of Jerusalem permission to participate in a future national Palestinian vote. The Israeli security agency Shin Bet announced that it successfully apprehended the terrorist squad that is allegedly responsible for a deadly bombing attack on the 23rd of August earlier this year at a natural spring adjacent to the West Bank settlement of Dolev. Islamist Palestinians have launched a rocket overnight from the Hamas-controlled Gaza Strip toward Israel's southern communities. Rocket alert sirens were sounded a little after 2:30 a.m. in the city of Sderot, forcing its residents of approximately 28,000 to rush into bomb shelters within the IDF Homefront Command's instructed 15 seconds. The IDF spokesperson's unit confirmed to TV7 that one projectile was fired from the Gaza Strip toward Israeli territory and that it was intercepted by the Iron Dome anti-rocket defense system. Thankfully, no injuries or damage were reported. Meanwhile, in a retaliatory response, IDF fighter jets struck a Hamas weapons manufacturing site in the northern Gaza Strip. The Israeli military underscored in a statement that the IDF holds the Hamas terror organization responsible for events transpiring in the Gaza Strip and emanating from it, while reiterating that Hamas will bear the consequences for actions against Israeli civilians. Subsequently, the Israeli military's coordinator for government activities in the territories, Major General Kamil Abu Rukun, announced this morning that the fishing zone off of the coast of the Gaza Strip has been reduced to 10 nautical miles until further notice. It is important to know that last night's rocket fire came less than 2 days after Israel granted Qatar permission to transfer equipment, including 22 firefighting vehicles and 4 water pumps, to enter the Hamas-controlled territory for the first time in 20 years. The equipment, which was donated by the Emir of Qatar, also includes a large truck, a number of 4-wheel drive vehicles, and motorcycles for the Palestinian enclave's firefighters of the Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency. Qatari envoy Mohammed El-Emadi visited Gaza this week to oversee the delivery.
نحن في ذكرى اليوم الوطني لدولة قطر جئنا وإياكم لنشهد مراسيم تسليم 22 من مركبات ومعدات الإطفاء الخاصة والمجهزة لصالح جهاز الدفاع المدني الفلسطيني في قطاع غزة بتبرع من دولة قطر ممثلة بأميرها سمو الشيخ تميم بن حمد آل ثاني حفظه الله.
In an effort to ease economic hardships and help calm down tensions along the border with Israel, Qatar provided more than $150 million in 2019, earmarked for humanitarian purposes, including the purchase of fuel for Gaza's lone power plant and monthly cash handouts to nearly 70,000 of the enclave's poor.
In the first quarter of 2020, we are continuing. This is for sure. The rest of the year, I think we'll continue. We are looking for it carefully and positively on this issue. Thank you.
During his visit, the Qatari envoy also discussed with the Hamas leadership a series of newly proposed energy and health-related projects. Turning now to the West Bank city of Ramallah, where the Palestinian Authority announced its decision to resist any legislative or presidential elections unless the State of Israel grants the Arab residents of Jerusalem permission to participate in a future national Palestinian vote. The decision was announced by Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, who has the nationalist West Bank headquartered Fatah party, the main rivals of the Islamist Hamas organization, which controls the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian leader asserted that while he offered his consent to hold a national vote for the presidency and legislative council, an announcement he made during a speech to the United Nations General Assembly earlier this year, all of the Arabs, which Abbas referred to as Palestinians, must be able to participate for an election to take place.
القضية الأولى هي قضية الانتخابات التشريعية والرئاسية التي أعلنا عنها في الأمم المتحدة. هذه الانتخابات عندما قررنا نحن جادون في الوصول إلى الانتخابات، نحن مؤمنون في الانتخابات ونريد الانتخابات أن تحصل، لأنه منذ عام 2006 لم تحصل انتخابات تشريعية عندنا ورئاسية عندنا، ولذلك يجب أن نجري هذه الانتخابات ولكن ليس بأي ثمن. تجري الانتخابات في الأراضي الفلسطينية، وأقول بالضفة الغربية وغزة وفي القدس، ومن البداية أقول بدون أن ينتخب أهل القدس في القدس لا انتخابات.
It is important to explain that the Palestinian Authority's demand is viewed as yet another attempt by its leadership in Ramallah to delay a democratic election, as the State of Israel, which asserted its sovereignty over all of Jerusalem and declared the city to be its undivided and eternal capital, forbids any official activities in Jerusalem by the Palestinian Authority or any of its representatives. The Islamist Hamas organization, which won the last Palestinian legislative elections that were held on the 25th of January 2006, voiced support for the Palestinian Authority's move, as both Hamas and Fatah are wary of losing their perceived legitimacy amongst their respective Palestinian communities. Meanwhile, an Israeli official revealed that Jerusalem was aware of the Palestinians' request, but underscored that it has not yet taken a position on it. Turning now to another matter, the Israeli security agency Shin Bet announced that it successfully apprehended the terrorist squad that is suspected to have committed a deadly bombing on the 23rd of August earlier this year at a natural spring adjacent to the West Bank settlement of Dolev, in which the Israeli teenager Rina Shnerb was murdered and her father and brother Eitan and Vil sustained moderate to critical injuries. According to the Shin Bet's announcement, the operation, which included extensive intelligence efforts, was conducted in joint cooperation with the IDF and Israel police. Furthermore, the suspected terror squad was apprehended as part of a wide-scale operation in the West Bank districts of Kalkilia and Ramallah, during which some 50 members of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, commonly known by its acronym PFLP, were arrested. Responding to the successful operation to apprehend the suspected terrorists, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu hailed Israel's security establishment, which yet again did not sleep nor slumber for the sake of the security of the Jewish state.
אני מברך את השב"כ, את צה"ל ואת הימ"מ שלכדו את חוליית הטרוריסטים השפלים שרצחו את רינה שנרב, זיכרונה לברכה, וגם פצעו את אביה ואת אחיה. היד הארוכה של ישראל מגיעה לכל מבקשי נפשנו. כך היה וכך גם יהיה.
Thank you for watching us. You can also watch us at TV7Israelnews.com or TV7.fi. For any comments, please send your emails to israelnews@tv7.fi. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our supporters, as your financial donations and prayers are the reason TV7 Israel News and Jerusalem Studio are made possible. And I would like to continue to encourage you, keep praying for the peace of Jerusalem, as well as the peace and salvation of Israel. I'm Jonathan Hassan. Have a Erev Tov, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.